The culture of Bangladesh. It refers to the way of life of the people of Bangladesh. It has evolved over the centuries and encompasses the cultural diversity of several social groups of Bangladesh. The Bengal Renaissance of the 19th and early 20th centuries noted Bengali writers, saints, authors, scientists, researchers, thinkers, music composers, painters, and filmmakers have played a significant role in the development of Bengali culture. The Bengal Renaissance contained the seeds of a nascent political Indian nationalism and was the precursor in many ways to modern Indian artistic and cultural expression. The culture of Bangladesh is composite and over the centuries has assimilated influences of Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity. It is manifested in various forms including music, dance and drama, art and craft, folklore and folktale, languages and literature, philosophy and religion, festivals and celebrations, as well as in a distinct cuisine and culinary tradition. Bangladeshi literature. During the medieval period, Bengali literature developed considerably with the patronage of Muslim rulers. Chandidas, Dualat Qazi, and Alawal are some of the famous poets of the period. The era of modern Bengali literature began in the late 19th century, and Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate, is a vital part of Bengali culture. Cane, known in Bangla as bet, is also called rattan, an anglicized version of the Malay word rotan. Cane is used chiefly for knitting and binding. Depending on the design, different kinds of thick and thin parts are pulled off from cane sticks. Daruchitra, the art of wood engraving, is an ancient craft used for decorating door frames, pillars, windows, palanquins, boat prows, toys, and dolls. The designs are carved out and the plain surfaces are then painted. Gazir Pir, form of scroll painting used to illustrate the life of Ghazi Pir, king of tigers. Sakher Handi, clay pots painted with motifs of fish, birds, lotus, leaves, and geometric designs in bold brush strokes. Dewal Chitra, also known as wall painting. Images of deities are painted on the walls of mud houses in modern Bengal in the belief that these images will protect the house and its inmates from evil. Bamboo has manifold uses. Its low cost making it the primary material for articles of everyday use such as stools, mats, baskets, chap, as well as decorative items. It is important both in life and after death. It is used for building houses as well as to make ladders and scaffolds for buildings and repairing houses. It is also used in both Hindu and Muslim funerals for burning or burying the dead. Apart from being the raw material for hessian and carpets, jute is also used to make mats, bags, and hanging string bags or sika, used in homes to hang foodstuff out of the reach of animals. Ulki. Tattooing is a form of body art using permanent pigments. Patachitra. Scroll paintings by professional artists known as patuyas are used to illustrate different narratives. Alpana, or ritual painting, is a kind of folk art and a spontaneous expression of the artistic sensibility of people. It retains the past experience of the community and, at the same time, is very much contemporary in feeling. Nakshi Kanta, embroidered quilt said to be indigenous to Bangladesh. Rickshaws. Cycle rickshaws are the most popular form of public transport in Bangladesh. Dhaka, the nation's biggest city, is nicknamed the rickshaw capital of the world. Rickshaws also ply the streets of other major cities such as or as well as the countryside. Bangladeshi rickshaws are decorated with colorful posters and boards, often depicting movie stars, national monuments, or religious icons. Bangladesh is a secular country and freedom of religion is guaranteed by constitution. The major religion in Bangladesh is Islam, but a significant percentage of the population adheres to Hinduism. Other religion groups include Buddhists, mostly Theravada, Christians, mostly Roman Catholics, and animists. Bangladesh was founded as a secular state, but Islam was made the state religion in the 1980s. White rice is the staple of Bangladeshi cuisine, along with many vegetables and lentils. Rice preparations also include Bengali biryanis, pulaos, and khichuris. Mustard sauce, ghee, sunflower oil, and fruit chutneys are widely used in Bangladeshi cooking. Fish is the main source of protein in Bengali cuisine. The hilsa is the national fish and immensely popular across Bangladesh. Other kinds of fish eaten include rohu, butterfish, catfish, tilapia, and barramundi. One of the richest and well-preserved cultures around the world is the Hindu or Indian culture because of its distinct and unique culture of all religions and communities present in the country. India's customs in the family, wedding, religion, dance, food, language, and etc. differs from place to place within the area. Due to that, Indian culture has profound impact across the world even in movies and music. Family structure plays a big part for its rich tradition. Mostly, families are joined in one house wherein the central family and the extended family live together. In marriage, arranged marriages have long been a custom in Indian society. Majority of marriages were planned by their parents and other respective family members. Sanskrit is the main language of this culture. Whatever is the antiquity, it is a wonderful structure. More perfect than the Greek and more copious than the Latin. The discovery of Sanskrit by early European explorers of India led to the development of comparative philology. Indian foods were mainly spicy, stinky but delicious cuisines that everyone cannot forget. The well-known curry originated from India. Religion in India is characterized by a diversity of religious beliefs and practices. The secularism in India means treatment of all religions equally by the state. India is a secular state by the 42nd Amendment Act of Constitution in 1976. The Indian subcontinent is the birthplace of four of the world's major religions, namely Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. Throughout India's history, religion has been an important part of the country's culture. Religious diversity and religious tolerance are both established in the country by the law and custom. The Constitution of India has declared the right to freedom of religion to be a fundamental right. The origin of Indian art can be traced to prehistoric hominid settlements in the 3rd millennium BC. On its way to modern times, Indian art has had cultural influences as well as religious influences. In spite of this complex mixture of religious traditions, generally, the prevailing artistic style at any time and place has been shared by the major religious groups. In historic art, sculpture in stone and metal, mainly religious, has survived the Indian climate better than other media and provides most of the best remains. Mats are popular in Maldives because it has many purposes. One of the purposes is when they pray, and it serves as a prayer mat. Wood carving is a skill that they have passed down from generation to generation. Their carving is complicated and will take years to learn. Maldives are known for their traditional style of a boat called doni. It is made of coconut, derived from the influences from India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, United Arab Emirates, Persia, Indonesia, and Africa. For instance, their music's African rhythm is clearly recognizable, most especially in its traditional Bodubero dance. Also, their culinary specialties also share some significant resemblance with that to the South African and Indian regions. Another peculiarity of the Maldivian people are their closeness to the sea, which is their very way of life. Maldives is based on the principal activities of tourism, fishing, and shipping. Tourism is the largest industry in the Maldives, accounting for 28% of GDP and more than 60% of the Maldives' foreign exchange receipts. It powered the current GDP per capita to expand 265% in the 1980s and a further 115% in the 1990s. Fishing is the second leading sector in the Maldives. The economic reform program by the government in 1989 lifted import quotas and opened some exports to the private sector. Subsequently, it has liberalized regulations to allow more foreign investment. Agriculture and manufacturing play a minor role in the economy. Constrained by the limited availability of cultivable land and shortage of domestic labor, most staple foods are imported. Maldives is a presidential representative democratic republic where the president of the country serves as the head of the government. The country's primary language is Divehi. Interestingly enough, Divehi is a unique mixture of Arabic, English, Hindi, Sinhalese, and Urdu. Hence, it is similar to many of the languages spoken in North India, Southeast Asia, and Sri Lanka. Of course, since tourism is a major industry in the country, almost all popular international languages are such as English, German, Italian, Spanish, and Japanese are widely spoken, especially at the hotels and resorts. Most of their literature is written in Divehi. It tends to have a religious text, and one of the famous writers is Hussein Salahuddin, who is most known for his work Sharatuna Baniya'a. One example of their literature is folklore. These stories have been passed down from generation to generation. These are myths that tell how they landed in Maldives. Poetry is also important in Maldivian literary culture. Islam is the only religion of Maldives. The law prohibits the practice by Maldivian citizens of any religion other than the Islam.